Hi, very good morning to all. I hope all are good. My name is Bhavana and our subject is BOM, Business Organization and Management. This is for BCom first years, first semester, both general and computer students. Up to now, we completed our first unit. If you have any doubts regarding our first unit, any concept I want to repeat again, let me know. I definitely repeat it. And any doubts regarding up to the first unit, ping me or text me. I definitely clarify your doubts. Today we are starting our second unit, that is joint stock company. We are discussing some basic important concepts in joint stock company, introduction of the joint stock company, meaning, definition and characteristics. These are all today we are cover these topics. Let's see here. What is a joint stock company? Joint stock company as a distinct from a business organization. It is distinct means different from business organization, developed soon after Industrial Revolution in 18th century in England. He say joint stock company as a distinct form of organization. It is a distinct form of organization developed soon after Industrial Revolution in 18th century in England. In 18th century England, they are formed some business organizations. They say it is different from it. In India, joint stock company form of organization did not evolve a natural growth from the traditional form of organizations like sole trading and partnership firm. What they are saying, in India, joint stock company form of organization did not evolve a natural growth. It does not evolve a natural growth from the traditional form of organizations. In India, what are the traditional form of organizations? Sole trading and partnership. In the first chapter, we discuss complete overview about the sole trading and partnership forms. In fact, the concept of joint stock company was imported in India from England. Joint stock company, all the terms, restrictions, registration, formalities, characteristics, these are important from England. We are importing these rules and regulations from England, and hence all our company law are based on company laws of England. Our company law rules and regulations are these based on our England only. So what they are saying, in India and from England, and hence all our companies laws are based on companies law of England. Our rules and regulations are all these based on our England only. A joint stock company is a distinct form of organization. It is a distinct form of organization developed soon after Industrial Revolution. It is developed after Industrial Revolution in 18th century in England. In 18th century in England. In India, joint stock company form of organization do not evolve a natural growth. It does not evolve a natural growth from the traditional form of organizations. Based on our traditional form of organization, it does not evolve. Like what are the traditional form of organizations in India? Sole trading and partnership form. In fact, the concept of joint stock company was imported in India from England. We are importing the rules, not only goods and services, but also the rules and regulations in India. And hence all our companies law are based on companies law of England. These are all based on companies law of England only. Next, meaning. A joint stock company is a voluntary association of persons who generally contribute monies or money's worth to a common stock. It is a voluntary association, not any force. Voluntarily they contribute their money and they start their business. Money or money's worth. Money's worth means worth of money, like they contribute from capital. In case of money, they contribute goodwill, like that. Money's worth means is completely related and exact equal to the money for a common stock. In this company said, common stock means for a common objective. A joint stock company is a voluntary association. It is a voluntary association of a persons who generally contribute monies. They generally contribute monies or money's worth. Money's worth means equal to the money to a common stock. Common stock means for a common objective. It is a voluntary association of persons. They generally contribute to money or money's worth for achieving a common objective. This is a just brief introduction about the meaning of the company. Next we are discussing what are the definitions of the company. Sorry. There is also one point that it is established by law and dissolved by law. It is established by law and it is not established by persons or some other. It is established by law and dissolved also. No other person can write to dissolve the company. Only the law can only dissolved. So this is the meaning of the company. Next definition of a company. As per the section 2 subsection of Companies Act 2013. What is the definition of company? It is very important. Please remember. As per section 2 subsection 20 of the Companies Act 2013, companies means a company formed and registered. A company means formed and registered under the act. Under the act or any of the previous companies. Why you can say under the act means at present there is a first the Companies Act was started in 1813 and thus there are new amendments with the Companies Act 1956 and then there is a new amendments in Companies Act 2013. Under the Act of 2013 or any other previous company as before they are 1956 and 1813 as based on the laws or present the law, the company means formed and registered for these rules and regulations only. I hope you understand. As defined by Justice James, he is also one of the author, say according to the company. What is the definition of company? According his opinion. A company is an association of persons united for a common object. He says company is an association of persons. It is an association of persons. Association means two or more persons comes together and they have a common object to form a company. So it is an association of persons united for a common object. He says there is a common object. Next, as defined by Justice Linde, according to the Justice Linde, company means a company is an association of persons. He also tells the same. It is an association of persons. The persons contribute monies or money worth for a common stock. They have to contribute the money or money worth. Money's worth means related to the money, that is any capital asset or like building or any goodwill etc. to the common stock. Common stock means common objective. And the common stock so contributed is denoted in money is called capital of company. For the contribution we can say it is the capital. The common stock so contributed is denoted in money. They are denoted in money. They give some money according to the for common objective. We can say it is her personal individual capital. The persons who contributed the capital are called members of the company. The persons who contributed the capital, those who are contributing the capital for the company, we can say they are the members of the company. The capital is employed in some trade or business. For the capital, for the person's contribution of the capital is contributed in some trade. Trade means for production of goods and services or any business, for their any investment. The capital is employed. They taken some capital. The capital is employed in some trade or business. Trade means production of goods and services or any business investment. The members share the profits and losses arising from such business. The members are sharing profits and losses while arising such business. Every person contributed some capital. For this capital, they are invested some business or they are investment in some other place. From that, they get some revenue. You can say it is a profit. For that profit, they have to share from members. The members share the profits and losses arising from the such business. For the business, any revenue they are incurring, they share according to their profit sharing ratio. Proportionate of capital to which each member is entitled is called share. Proportionate means how much capital he had to bring. We can say there is his share value is up to his capital. Proportion of capital to which each member is entitled. Each member, how much he contributed in the business, we can say his share up to his capital. The shares are always transferable, although the rights of transfer is often more or less restricted. What they are saying, the shares are always transferable. The shares are always transferable, although the right to transfer is often more or less restricted. Means shares are always transferable, I want to give some explanation here. In public company, the share are freely transferable, but in private company, there are some restrictions in the articles of association. In the upcoming lectures, we briefly discuss what is the articles of association, what is the memorandum of association. But in private company, the transfer of shares is restricted up to some rules and regulations. But in public company, we have to transfer our shares very freely. This is what the saying, according to the Justice Linde, he says, company is an association of person the persons contribute money or money's worth to a common stock, means to a common objective, and the company's stock so contributed is denoted in money is called capital. You can say the contribution of company they treated as capital, and the persons who contribute the capital are called members of the company. The persons who contributed their capital, but we can say they are the members of the company. And the capital is employed in same trade or business. The capital is employed in the same trade, means same trade or business. In some trade or business. Some trade means they can invest their in own business. They have to start production of goods and services for the selling of goods, but they have no interest for production. They may invest in some other real estate or some other thing. For that we can incur some revenue. For that revenue we can say profit. They can share the profit according to their capital. The member can share the profits and losses arising such business. They can share their profits and losses arising from such business while they are contributing to capital in some other business. They had some and revenue. For the revenue they can treat as profit and they can share each other according to their capital ratios. Proportionate of capital to which each member is entitled is called share. What amount the particular member has to bring to his business, up to that value you can say it has his share value. For example, for one A, there is a partner of A means some other person's name. They bring 50,000 as his capital. So his share is up to 50,000 only. You can say his share is up to a 50,000. And the share are always transferable, although the right to transfer is often more or less restricted. Shares are freely transferable in case of public limited company. There is a restrictions in case of private limited company. These are all the definition according to the Justice Linde. What we are discussed today? What is a joint stock company? Joint stock company is an association of persons. When compared to our India, all business are in traditional form. But what are the traditional form of business? Joint stock company, sole trading company and partnership are traditional form of business, but joint stock company, the rules and regulations are imported from India. Now we are following the same rules and regulations as the rules followed by the England company. Its definition: it is a joint stock company. It is a voluntarily association of members. Generally, they contribute money or money's worth according to for the common objective. And it is established by law and dissolved by law only. Company is established by law and dissolved by law only. Definition: as per the company section must be important, please remember. As per section 2 subsection 20 of the Companies Act 2013, company means a company formed. What is a company? A company means formed and registered under this act only, or any previous companies law. Previous means there is a previous so many companies laws. We know that 1956, the very important company section, there is a 1956 according to the companies law, and before there is a 1813 also there is a company law. As per these laws only the company can be formed and registered under the Companies Act. According to the Justice James, he said it is an only association of persons united for a common object. According to the Justice Linde, association of persons, they contribute the money. For the contribution they get some revenue, that's their profit sharing ratio, and the transferable of assets is restricted in case of private company. In public company we can transfer our shares very easily. This is the introduction, meaning and definition of Companies Act. I hope you understand the lecture. If you have any doubts regarding this today's lecture, please let me know. In the next section we are discussing what are the characteristics of the company. I hope you understand. If you have any doubt, please let me know. I definitely clarify your doubts. Please follow our videos, then only you can understand in a better way. Thank you.